Hello! I was just checking, just checking you're paying attention, that's all, on a Friday afternoon. I know you've got the weekend feeling. Yeah, it is Friday. We're going to guide you and glide you. Well, it's nearly the weekend is what we're saying, and we're all in a very colourful mood, which is handy because it is, of course, time for our weekly destination colouring show. And this week, it's a great one because it's shiny. In fact, Sarah, it's very, very shiny over this side of the studio today because we are looking at, well, the shiniest things we have, I think it's fair to say.
Oh, you know the metallics is like one of our absolute favourites. So what I've got is a whole show planned for you on everything metallic. So what I've done is I've spent hours scouring through all the comments on the past shows that we've done on the metallic pens, seeing what was the most popular techniques we looked at, what other questions people had asked, what techniques people wanted to know about, and I've used that to inform my plan for this show. Now, no word of a lie, I've got everything laid out back here, what you can't see. Just total organised chaos behind here, I promise. I have about 20 demonstrations. We're going to look at all different types of metallic mediums. We're going to look at the different mediums you can use those metallic things onto. So we're talking about ink pads, pens, pencils and liquid pots. So 4 different forms of metallic. When you would use them, which ones you would choose, why you would choose them, what they work on, how they work, some tips and tricks, and I can answer any questions you want live. So I promise you, we have got the most immense 2 hours planned. This is definitely one of those shows that you want to bookmark, that you want to save. If you're on Facebook, you want to share it so that it'll stay on your wall. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to mark this as one of your favorites. And if you have any of the metallic mediums and have some questions, let us know. If you're thinking about getting them, let us know what you need to know. Or if you already have them, send us your pictures of what you've done, because it is going to be the most interactive, amazing 2 hours.
It really is. And also, it's probably, I'd say this show may be the most interactive show that we bring you in the week. As Sarah was saying that, if you want to get in touch really easily, join us the conversation on social media. So Facebook, over on the Crafters TV Facebook page, in the live feed there, we will monitor those comments. Also, across on our YouTube channel as well. You guys know what to do. Slip in the comments over there if you wish. Now, it's one of those shows where we love seeing what you've been colouring, whether that is the stuff that we've got on the show today, whether that's anything else, maybe alcohol markers, watercolouring, whatever it is you've been up to. Pop us pictures. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to drop those pictures into. Now, don't forget as well, we are in the midst of our end of summer sale, which is awesome. So it means that we're going to bring you great prices in this show, and we're going to feature some summer sale items for you as we go through the next couple of hours. I'd urge you, if you haven't yet shopped the summer sale over on our website, go over to the website. There's a whole category, loads of fabulous things, and also some in this show as well. Remember also that every single week, totally free of charge, we provide you with a colouring download. So this week there is one good to go. It's great this week. It's got some words in it. It's also got some mandalas. It's got a mandala in it too. Pop yourself across to the website along the bottom of the screen just here, and you'll be able to download it. Also, if you go onto our home page on the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, you'll see Colour Me Happy. You can just click there and you'll also be able to get it from there. It's a very, very busy show already. Eleanor Schwing-Jones is saying hi from Pennsylvania. Monica's in. Brigitte from the Netherlands is saying hi. We've got Judy and Christine also both in New York, which is awesome. Shall we dive in? Are you ready to see the great deals that we've got on the show for you today? We're going to start off with the metallic ink pads. Now, our metallic ink pads, all of our ink pads are absolutely fabulous that we bring you, but these metallic ones are awesome because what they do is they give you a really gorgeous shine or luster. I'll just show you what you're getting. So you're going to get these just here. So that is how they come to you. Exactly the same container or packaging as you expect from all of our other ink pads. And then what you've got are these gorgeous colours. Now, they've got this wonderful luster and shine to them. So in this collection, you're going to get the blush. You're also going to get red garnet, which is that one there. The bronze, I must say, I really do love the metallic, the metally tones that are in here. You're going to get the rose satin. You've got the platinum, the jade green, the amethyst. You can have the pink lace, and also the blue organza. They are 9 of the most popular colours that we bring to you in this collection. 9 ink pads as well for £35 or $55, which is great value for money. If you're a Club Inspire Platinum member as well, you're going to get these for £28 in the UK, which is awesome. You'll get them for $44 if you're in the US. Seriously great value for money. Now, we've also got the markers, which are just here. Now, the markers are awesome. I need to let you know already, though, a quarter of our stock has sold out and gone. Now, with the markers, here you see the colours that you are getting included. So you're getting 2 different collections in here, as you can see. So you're going to get the gold plate, which is this one here, and then there you've got precious metals, which has got the gold plate, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, the antique bronze, the pewter, and the silver ingot. And then you're also going to get this one here, which is a bit more colourful. This is your rare minerals. In here you've got amethyst, blue topaz, jade green, citrine, red garnet, and you've got the pink quartz in there as well. You've got that bullet nib on these as well as that brush nib in there as well. And they are fantastic, not just on card and paper, on things like glass, on ceramic. Sarah is going to show you so many different techniques with all of these metallic products as we go through the rest of the show. Right, now maybe you prefer your ink in a pot. We have got you covered there as well. This is our ink pot collection at the top just here. 8 pots of ink that you're getting in there. So if you're looking for, you know, a volume, a really big volume of ink, I would say the ink pots is probably the way to go. 2 different colour collections in here for you. You've got the vintage metallics with the antique bronzy age copper, the tarnished silver and the burnished copper. And you've also got the rich metallics. Now in here you've got gold plate, silver ingot, ancient bronze, and you've also got that pewter in there as well. £34 or $55 if you want to get your hands on these. A great saving. They should be £25 each individually or $40 each. So you think for an extra £9 or for an extra $15, you're getting a second collection there as well. It's kind of buy one, get one half price almost, if you will, which is absolutely awesome. Now, you may have noticed these lovely things right here. These are our pencils. So with the pencils, what's fantastic about these is you get 12 pencils. And the price is amazing. £10 to get these gorgeous metallic pencils. Now they are a artist quality pencil that you're getting in here. There is no fillers. They are packed full of pigment. I'll run you through the colours. You've got light blue, green, purple, silver gold, rose gold, and then on the bottom there you've got yellow, pink, mica blue, violet, and the nickel as well. It's going to be very, very busy on these pencils. You'll see them as we go through the rest of the show. £10 or $11 if you want to get your hands on those. Now, loads of extras available for you in the show as well. What I think is great about this, maybe if you're someone that's an experienced craft, you're going to have lots of stuff you're going to be able to use all of these mediums with already. Maybe if you're newer to craft, you're thinking, right, I need a load of stuff that's designed specifically or configured specifically to go with the different products you've got today. Well, we've got you covered. We've got an ink pad Technique kit available for you on the show. Gorgeous stamps in there, stencils, and you've got an embossing folder in there too. Brilliant value also, £20 or $27 if you wanted to go for that. That's to go with the ink pads. We've got something for the metallic markers as well. So these are all things that are going to work fabulously with those metallic markers. And in here you have got rubber stamps, you've also got metal dies, and you've got there as well, you can see some stencils in there too, which is awesome. If you're loving the idea of the stamps and the stencils, then we've got a great collection of stamps and stencils available for you on the show. These are the background stencil and focal stamp collection. I know it doesn't really sound like a sort of thing that normally goes together, stamps and stencils, but these work really well. They are great if you love mixed media too. £41 or $53 gets you all 8 of those, which is awesome. Embossing folders as well. Embossing, of course, always works beautifully when you're adding ink. They work wonderfully with your ink pads. This is our 4-piece embossing folder collection for you. £20 or $29 is your price. Loads of you chatting away already. Should I see what you're up to in the comments? I've got to keep an eye on you. See, I know it's Friday. I know some of you are a bit giddy, so I'd like to keep an eye on you in the comments. Julie is saying, got colouring plans for today. Time to get to work on those Annabelle Spenceley Christmas stamps. Gorgeous. Make sure you pop us pics, please, Julia. Eleanor saying how excited she is for the show. Kimberly saying, I love my metallics, the best, but I've been known to add a little sparkle as well. Check you out, Kimberly, you cheeky thing. And Patty saying as well, I have the metallic markers. I would love to see all the different things you can do with them. You absolutely will be. Mary saying she thinks the pencils might be calling her as well. Kimberly says, I wonder how the metallic ink would work with the shaving foam technique. Well, you might want to keep your eyes peeled. You might want to keep your eyes shaved for that technique. A little later, I can see Sarah is clutching some there on the other side of the studio.
Yes, I forgot to bring my shaving foam in today. So literally at 5 to 4, so like 15 minutes ago, we sent someone out to the shop to get me some shaving foam. So yes, we can absolutely be trying this technique with the shaving foam later on in the show. So I told you we've got everything planned.
Absolutely, we have. Now, I want to remind you, of course, we are in the midst of our end of summer sale. Still feeling Trey Beachy listening to that. Remember, the end of summer sale means up to 70% off for a limited time only, not just on things that you're going to see in this show, on a whole host of products all the way across our website. I would urge you to get yourself over there and have a look. Now, I know again we've had a lot of sellouts already. Are these all the brand new ones? All the original ones went? Oh my word, the 10 products we had loaded to this show from the end of summer sale this morning have all sold out and gone. We thought it might happen, it has happened. Don't worry though, we've got you covered because we've got 10 brand new ones for you. Is that the price on those? Oh my giddy aunt. The vintage lace with cocoa frames, we sell these at full price all the time. $7.75 or $9 if you want to get them. £20 is what you should be paying. You're paying $7.75. What a bargain. We've got some vintage vines for you in the show, some gorgeous floral elements that are going to make great flourishes for a whole host of different projects. $3.75 or $5.50 if you want to go for those. Oh, some words of love. £2.25. I think they can definitely accidentally fall in any basket today. $2.25 whether you're shopping in pounds or in dollars, which is awesome. We've got some stamps and dies for you on the show, some gorgeous sentiments. This is laugh we could all do with a good laugh. You can't laugh too much as far as I'm concerned. $4.75 or $5.75. Thanks. I'm thankful for the great deals that we've got today. $4.75 or $5.75 if you want to go for those. Oh, I haven't seen these ones before. These are gorgeous. These are a trio of little schmetterlings for you. $5.75 or $8.75 if you want to get your hands on the butterflies. Talking from little schmetterlings to big schmetterlings, we've got the gorgeous multimedia nesting butterflies for you. How adorable are those? They will cut cardstock and paper stock as well as a whole host of other things such as mount board or balsa wood, fabric, leather, loads of different things you can cut with those. We've also got the traditional doily and border. These make a great background and border for so many different things. If you've got flower forming foam, you'll absolutely love using these to ground your project. $77.75 or $10 if you want to get your hands on those. How have we got Christmas stuff in the sale? How are we doing that?
I love that one.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely love it. There's two gorgeous ones actually. I don't know how they've made it into this year, but this is the last of the stock we have. I don't know if they'll make it to the end of the show, Joe.
Absolutely not. Get this one, get the next one though as well, because you've got a gorgeous wreath as well. 5x7 in size. They are absolutely gorgeous. 40% off there because, of course, it is all part of our end of summer sale. Which is awesome. Don't forget to shop the whole category for the end of summer sale, as well as the great deals that are available in this show. Please, please, please send me in all the pictures of all the colouring that you've been doing this week. Debbie Fisher's been here at the house. She's been doing loads of fabulous tri-blend colouring. Maybe she'll send us a few pictures of that in if she's watching. But keep getting yours in, and also any questions that you've got. I'm going to kick off with a question, Sarah. Because I said to you, didn't I, just before the start of the show, I said, so hang on, let me get it clear. The ink is the same in all three of the products. But that's actually not the case, is it?
No, it's definitely not, okay? The ink is the same whether you use them in the pen format or the jar format. format. So that's exactly the same ink. The ink that we have in our ink pads is a different formulation of ink. So it's going to take in a different way. So we'll do different techniques. So a lot of the techniques that you see me using the pens for, you could also use the ink. There are loads of other techniques that you can do when you have them in little ink jars as well. But the ones with the ink pads are completely different again. And then of course, your metallic pencils, completely different again, because what these are is very highly pigmented, but they are a lovely wax-based pencil. So you're going to have this gorgeous waxy finish, but they are waxy blendable pencils. So if you're going to compare these to pencils, the closest relative is our colour blend pencils as opposed to our aqua blend pencils. So they've got that lovely kind of waxy finish on them. Okay?
Awesome.
So hopefully that kind of explains. All will make sense as we go through this.
Do you think there's a place for all 4 of these products in someone's craft room, Sarah?
Joe, they're metallic. All 4 is still not enough metallicness that we could
Fair
have.
enough.
And they're different types of metallic, okay? So for example, the ink pads are a very high brassy metallic. Your ink pots are like a brushed spun gold type metallic. So they're like, I think brushed is the best word to describe them. In fact, I've got a couple of samples here if you want. Let me show you. These here, this is done with some of your metallic ink pots. So this is the sort of effects that you're going to be doing with your ink pots.
That is gorgeous.
The different techniques that you can do. These are the sort of ones that you might be wanting to do with the metallic pens. We're going to be doing, these are the sort of ones that you might want to do with the metallic ink pads, and you might want to do so with the ink pads on there. I've got loads, as we come to each medium and we spend a bit of time on each one, I'm going to walk you through a load of different sample cards and a load of different techniques, as well as showing you a lot of different stuff on them. I'm going to start with the metallic pens. Am I all right to start, or have you told everybody everything you need to go to get us started?
I think there was a lot of housekeeping to do, but I think we're there. I think we're good to go. I'm settled in and ready for all of the inspiration, Sarah.
Right, come on then, let's get going on it. So, pens. I'm going to start with pens. Can I just say, it is very, very rare we do a buy one, get one free on the pens. And these pens are not end of season, summer sale, clearance, last of them. We will still be selling these pens in 10 years time because these pens are that awesome, okay? We have 2 colour packs in stock at the moment, all we have. And if I show you these, we have what's called our precious metals, which has your gold plate, your antique bronze, the gold nugget and the burnished copper, your pewter and your silver ingot. And then we have our rare minerals, which are basically your coloured ones in there as well. So you've got like a green, a jade, a blue, and a purpley, a pinky, and a red shade in there. So those are the colour families that you get, okay? Buy one, get the other set for free. Can I just say as well, I use these a lot. Our Oliver, my eldest, is 6. So at the moment, we're going to loads of kids' parties. In fact, a lot of them are virtual on Zoom these days. But presents for the other kids, I use the metallic markers. So I do, and it's a brilliant present for a kid of that. To be honest, it's a brilliant present for anyone. So if you've got these are the sort of things, you don't have to be a crafter to appreciate how awesome the pens are. They're brilliant just as metallic markers, just to use for not even the colouring techniques I'm going to show you today, but writing your Christmas cards out or your tags at Christmas, anything like that. Metallic is so much better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you, for anyone who's completely new to this, let's get a nice blue out. Each one of these pens has 2 tips. Now I'm using it on the black so that the camera can see this a little bit easier, but they look just as good writing on white or any colour. Can you see each one has a fine nib? So I'll just write this. There's your fine nib, okay? And each one also has a brush nib. So can you see this? Brush. And there's your brush nib on there as well.
They just look like they glide over that paper as well.
Doesn't it? And can you see how they've got this undertone of silver. So if I take any colour, let's take a greeny one for a bit of a different shade. And again, you've got that beautiful undertone of the silver so that you've got the intense pigmentation of the green. But you can see as this is starting to dry now, you've got that lovely silver showing through.
So it's like, it's got a lustre to it, but it's not glitter, is it? It's different to a glitter.
I wouldn't know how to describe it because it is, well, it's like brushed.
You know when you have like metallic that, you know you can pay extra when you get a car, you spend like thousands and thousands on a car, and they say, do you want that metallic paint that's just got that little bit of shine to it? You know, that real, gives it that classiness, doesn't it? That's what these are like in a pen form. That's how it sort of feels in the studio. Anyway, I hope that translates at home.
Right, what I'm doing now then, Joe, is I've just taken some water and I'm just blending out. I'm now just watercolouring and blending the blue into the green so that we've now painted with these. And I'm going to show you a lot of painting techniques so you get that same effect. Now that's with a lot of it. If I now take this, now it's getting towards the edge, and just put a little bit, you can see how you just get that lovely hint of colour and that lovely watercolour feel to it. So you can watercolour with them. But these markers have a really, really special ingredient. And what it is it's a drying agent. So notice when I did the watercolour technique, I put them onto a glass mat, which elongates the drying time because it's going to sit on that glass mat still as a liquid medium. Whereas once it comes out of the pen onto something like a paper, it's no longer liquid, it becomes a solid medium. Watch this. So you saw me watercolour with them, and actually I'm going to go straight in and show you I can still pick up the blue and watercolour with the blue now, right? That's very watery now, so but you can see I can still do the watercolour effect. However, where we put these down now, I can take that water, wash over the top, and it does not move with the water.
That's magic.
So it's because it's had time for the drying medium to dry, whereas over here it's still wet. You can see that's still wet and it's still moving there. So the drier, I mean, to be honest, this one should probably be dry now as well. Yeah, almost tiny little bit of movement in there. But even that one that we watercoloured, I've now put water over and it's still taken to it, right? So that just shows you one of the special kind of effects of it. One of the things I'm going to show you, I love this one here, where one of the demonstrations I'm going to be doing is showing you how you can actually colour onto glass and tile and ceramic with all of these, because they are a permanent marker too. Well, I'm saying permanent. They are permanent in that you can colour onto glass with them. If I was to put this in the dishwasher now, it would completely wash, which means I'm not frightened to take my mug and I can just write on here, Sarah.
Is that to make sure no one steals your tea?
Make sure not, well, actually, that one is my water. This one is my cup of tea. So I'll just write on here, tea. But I know that when that goes through the dishwasher, it's going to come off. So it's not permanent on here. However, it is permanent when we take it onto cardstock. So loads of different, that's just to kind of get across some of the properties of the metallic marker. What I'm going to do is now use a lot of these properties to teach you a lot of the special effects and how you can use it in your card making. So if I pop that to one side, I'll get my first demo out.
Just thinking about that price, sorry Sarah, £1 per marker is what you're looking at in the UK. Unbelievable. I've seen deals where we've done like you buy two and then you get one set free before. I don't recall us doing a half price. I don't ever recall these being a better price than they are right now today. And also, £12 or $17 barring change to get yourself started in a whole new way of crafting. You know, it's a very accessible and affordable new sort of style of colouring, if you will. We bring you alcohol markers and things like that, and they're absolutely amazing. They really, really are. But it's usually a little bit more of a considered purchase. £12 today to get in and start doing all these things that Sarah's showing you. It's amazing value for money.
The only people today who shouldn't be buying these, and I say this, you might still want to, are the people that already own them. If you don't already own these, this is a deal not to be missed, and a product that is literally knock it out of the park. We use it every single day. Those of you who do own them, while they're on buy one get one free, get them stocked up. Perfect stocking stuffers, perfect for Christmas presents, perfect for birthday presents, for anybody whether they're a crafter or not. Now I'm going to start first of all just doing some very basic colouring in so you can see how lovely they are to colour. And what I've done is I've stamped and pre-heat embossed this lovely dragonfly. So can you see I've just done the stamping and embossing, and all I'm going to do, Jo, is I'm going to come in and use the very, very fine end. And I want you to see how fabulous this fine end is for getting into all this detail of your very, very kind of basic colouring in there. So I'll give this a bit of a colour, Jo, awesome. And it also means I'm good to kind of answer any questions if people are been asking on there.
Loads of questions coming in. Rosemary's after some tips on how to use the pencil. She's not quite getting a deep saturation of colour at the moment. Sarah, anything you could recommend?
Deep saturation of colour. Now, let me show you how saturated those colours should look. Let's have a little look. I did have a one in. I know I'm flipping from one to the other here, but these are the metallic pencils coloured onto black. So can you see they are not, let me put the Dragonfly next to them. If you want this saturation, you need pens. This effect, this metallic colour, you know, can you see? These are the pencils, and this is when you're going to get that because it's a waxy finish on there, and they're all blendable as well. So that is the sort of saturation you're going to get with the pencils. That is the one that you're going to get with the pens. You can see how it's a different finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Rosemary, I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, drop back into the comments and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Loads of people talking about what they love using. Mariah has got the shaving foam at the ready to craft along with you in upstate New York. The pencils are calling Mary, she's saying as well. Lots of questions coming in. What I'll do is, if you've got questions about the pens, get them in right now. I'll pop them over to Sarah. And what I'll do is the questions about the other stuff, like the ink pads and the pencils, we'll save those for when we get to those products. So if you've got questions about pens, get them in now, and also about the other products that are coming out. We'll do them as we get to the individual products. I think that'll be the best way to go forward, because we are getting a lot of questions. Remember, you can share your photos with us as well, whether it's photos or pictures of things that you've been making with the products that are on the show, or it's any general colouring you've been doing. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into. Please get that download. Do you know why? Because it is totally free of charge. So I'd love you to download it. You can download it and you can save it, and then you can print it whenever you want to. It's totally free of charge. The details are along the bottom of your screen there at the moment. It's a really gorgeous one this week as well. It's got some words in there. There's a mandala in there too. There's 3 or 4 pages for you to colour in with a whole host of different mediums there. Tracy's got the 4 markers with the kit. Oh, so the craft kit that we did, metallic markers craft kit.
Perfect.
She says she loved them so much, she's now come back and bought this collection today.
Well, I think can I just say, that was our plan. That was absolutely our plan.
I think there will be a lot of you that are doing that at the moment. Maybe you've tried these, we'll come back and grab them. £11.99 to get 2 sets. That would be the price you'd normally pay for one. It is, of course, because we're bringing you a sort of Climbing Happy with a little bit of our end of summer sale in there as well. Anne is asking, if you are colouring with the metallic markers, do you stamp with waterproof ink?
Oh, okay. So I can, in fact, my second demo is I'm going to show you how you can stamp with the actual metallic markers themselves.
Oh,
so you can use the metallic markers as ink pads. So you can use them as ink pads in so much as when you want to do some stamping with them. When you want to do the ink paddy techniques, that's when we're going to bring in the actual ink pads. So I'll show you all of this as we're going. But I've stamped here. Tell you what I really like to do. I like to stamp and colour. Like to stamp and do heat embossing. So awesome. I've stamped these with an embossing ink pad. So one of, like, for example, our opaque pigments. And then I'm colouring it in up to the lines. It just gives me a nice raised line to work towards. That's my favourite when it comes to stamping with your metallics. If you are wanting to colour straight onto the base, what I'd suggest is using a water resistant, so like our Finesse water resistant ink pads would be perfect for that.
Awesome, thank you very much.
That lovely intensive kind of
really
finish.
Gorgeous.
So that's, if I just show you the one that we've done, that's the one where I've coloured the whole dragonfly, but you can see it's how the light bounces off it. If I show you it to the close-up, you can see there, as I catch the light on these, you can really see how the light bounces. That level of intensity you'll only get with a pen, right? But I'm going to get ready. You give me a second. I'm just going to move. Actually, doesn't take me a second. I've got my stamp here. I'm going to stamp and I'm going to show you how we can do the next bit using using the actual ink pads and using the pens as an ink pad themselves.
Well, those pens, the markers, over a quarter now of the stock of the markers have sold out and gone. Easy to see why. $11.99, it's going to get you both here that you're getting. Just quickly recap as well for you the colours that you've got in here. So you've got this one here, which is your rare minerals, as you can see just there, amethyst, blue topaz, jade green, citrine, red garnet and the pink quartz. And you're also going to get as well the precious metal with the gold plate, the gold nugget, burnished copper, antique bronze, pewter and silver ingot in there as well. Normally it'd be $11.99 or $16.95 each. Not today. $11.99 or $16.95 gets you both of them, which is amazing. Gold nugget makes me think of like a cowboy film for some reason, and a train line and people panning for gold.
Makes me think of the Golden Nugget Hotel over in Las Vegas. What makes me think of, yeah. Right, okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to stamp with the pens. So all I've done is taken a lovely flower, right? And I'm going to just come in with the flower, and when I'm using it as an ink pad, I'm using the broader tip on here so that I can you see I'm using the pen right on an angle, Joe, so that I can get right in and colour all over there, because remember you've got that drying agent. So speed is of the essence. Now if you want to, and I will do some techniques a little bit later with this, where I mix the colours as we go, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a good base of this all laid down on here so that we can then go and stamp with it. Now you can cheat that little, you can cheat, you know I said about the drying agent. If you want to give this a tiny little bit more life, watch what you can do. You can take one of your misters, just give it a tiny little, just a mist, very slight mist over the top, so that I can then go and give this a press down. You do then need to give it a few seconds to dry, Joe. So now I've stamped, we've got a perfect stamped image with that. And when you look up close again, I'll show you to the close-up camera, you can see that that has got that lovely kind of metal, yeah, it's when it catches the light, that brush metal finish. But you just need to leave it a few seconds now, because we use that mister to like elongate, just to give us a little bit more time with that.
When you said Mr, I thought you meant like Mr. and Mrs. I thought, how many Misters do you need? We've got them. They've been out of stock for ages, the Misters. They are back in stock right now, $4.99 or $6.95. You will be wanting to multi-order on these, no doubt. They were out for ages. We do have them. We only have a finite amount of stock available in this show. However, though, I had to kick and scream and beg to get them on the show. 10% of it's gone already. You guys have already found it. You can use these for a whole host of things. I know a couple of people that put hand sanitizer in them as well and use them as a little hand sanitizer.
Good idea.
Which is a great way to use them. For that cost, I just throw a couple of those into your basket because I know how often we sell out of those as well. Oh, can I show them these as well, Johnny? Go on. The blending eggs. These are fabulous. They're mini blending sponges. They look a bit like a makeup sponge, but these are designed, of course, especially for your colour blending, which is awesome. So if you want to use those, these are great. $4.99, $6.95. Again, they were out of stock for a while, so definitely stock up on these too. You can wash these as well to get rid of colour and stuff from them. The markers, so exceptionally busy still on those markers. $11.99 to get you started with a brand new way of colouring, a brand new colouring medium. It is such an affordable way to try out our Spectrum Noir metallic range. I'll just recap one more time what you're getting in there. You're getting all the precious metals, as you can see here, and you're getting, of course, then not only that, you're then going to get all of those rare minerals. When it comes as well to versatility with techniques, but also what you can put these down onto, Sarah, they've got to be up there among some of the most versatile products in our colouring ranges.
I think because it's got a mix, it's a watercolour product, but it has that drying medium in it. I think they are the most versatile that we do. I mean, I'm just going to give this a bit of a colour over. I've been waiting for you to pause for breath there, John. Tell everybody here. Watch this. So again, even though we're stamping, I'm going to go right down the bottom of here. May the memories of today last a lifetime. And can you see just how nice and clear still that stamping is, even though we've used them as ink pads? Now, this will be dry now, so we can go and do some of our other techniques. So I'm going to get in there. Oh, I'm going to get that lovely red one, and I'm going to bring a bit of blue in, because what you can do is we can bring in our water brush and do a little bit of colouring. So are you ready for this? I'm going to start off and I'm just going to colour in, just flicking down from the top here, a little bit like what you've seen with the you know, when you've seen us do it, Joe, with the
brush pens?
illustrators, yes, the brush pens or the tri-blend brush. I'm doing it all with that kind of flicking effect, but then I'm also doing the flicking up here from this end, and we're getting that lovely, lovely blend. Now, being really honest, Joe, you're going to lose me a second now, so you're going to have to talk while I do this little bit of brushing.
Yes, absolutely. There was a little bit of a discrepancy in the description on the metallic markers. It's been fixed, but you are going to get the two sets. So you get the rare minerals and you get the precious metals. So if you're ever confused as well, you see that code along the top of the description there as well. You can always just jot that down and type that in. As long as you've got that code, it's exactly what you will receive. Is what you see on the screen right here, which is that awesome half price deal. Lots of you letting me know that you've been sending pictures in, which I absolutely love. Keep getting those into us, and we will share those as we go through the show there as well. I love this colour combo, Sarah.
Isn't it nice? I'm just dropping a little bit of that blue in just to give me a little bit of depth of colour, but just to kind of bring this up so we can do these lovely kind of colour and technique shades. So can you see I'm going to do the same again with the red. I'm just going to flick the red up from the bottom in between where we've done all of our stamping. And then just to kind of drag that colour a little bit more, I'm going to go with red along the top of here, and then a little bit of blue along there, and I'm going to drag that out with a very, it's just a slightly moist paintbrush. It's not wet, it's just slightly moist. And having that watercolour is just giving me that two-tone kind of dual effect in there. Isn't it gorgeous?
It's really, really lovely. And again, it's really gorgeous that you've got the option to do this with these markers, that you've got that bullet nib and of course that brush nib as well, which is fantastic. Do you have to stamp onto matte cardstock to use these, or will they work? Do you have to stamp on matte cardstock? Can you use the stamping technique that you did on a glossy cardstock, Sarah?
Oh, well, if you want, what I can do is I've got some here. Should we do it onto like a mirror card so that you can see?
On mirror card?
Yeah, it's going to work exactly the same on that mirror card. Because it's got that drying agent in, that drying technique, it's just going to give you just got that little bit of open time in there.
Ah, okay. I didn't imagine you'd be able to use them on mirror card. I don't know why in my head I just thought, no, not possible.
This is why I love the fact that we've got a whole metallic Colour Me Happy, because like I've never had a chance to do this sort of technique and show people how to do this before, because we've always been so rushed with them. So how brilliant that we can do, look at that, they're really blended. And if you look and you say, do you know what, that's a little bit too blue for me now, we can just come back in with a bit more of the red over top, and you can layer up all of that colour and do all of that blending still straight on the top. Just make sure, because it's got the drying agent in or whatever, you just want to get that going straight away before it dries, if you want to be able to move it with water.
Awesome, thank you for that. Catherine's just saying that pencils, metallic pencils, have just arrived, and she can't wait to try them. So she's so glad she's able to watch this show along with us today. It's lovely to have you watching along with us, Catherine. Remember, there's a whole weekend of shows coming up as well. It's a double Sarah day today. It's a double Debbie day tomorrow. I'll be here with the lovely Debbie Fisher for a launch actually tomorrow. You're gonna with some beautiful, beautiful stamps. Make sure you join us both for that. And we've got the craft house as well. We'll welcome one of you lovely lot into the studio, and then Sunday I believe I'm up with Craig I'm with Craig in the morning, and then I think I'm with Debbie in the evening. So another great masterclass coming your way, and then Second Chance Sunday, which is always so much fun. It's a great weekend coming up. That's beautiful, Sarah.
Isn't that gorgeous and just a little bit different? I'm looking up here and I'm thinking I'm not happy with I've got too much colour going on down here, so I can just add a little bit more red back in and just tone it back down. This is the beauty of it, you see, Joe. You can just literally build up as you're going. So I must put it away though, but I think that is looking fabulous.
How do you decide when you've done enough? Because I'd imagine you can just keep going and going and going.
You could just keep going and going and going, couldn't you? Right, here we go. Is this a bit small? Nah, this should be all right. Right, here we go. Let's get let's get this back on here. And I've got a little scrap of mirror card on here, Joe, and we'll do the same with the mirror card. So are you ready? I'm going to get the gold. Actually, I bet the pewter works lovely on this one, right?
Pewter just sounds fancy, doesn't it?
Doesn't it now? It's still got that metallic finish to it. It's got the undertone of the silver, but can you see how fabulous it looks? And you could even, oh, go on, I'll be fancy on this one, just show everybody. So there's that silver tone coming in. And then if I'm nice and quick, I can do the base with the green. So we can mix a couple of shades on here. So we've got our shades mixed in there, and then you're going to go straight down into here onto the mirror card, and we can even stamp onto mirror card. Oh no, don't move. Right. Oh, this is because can you see I knocked it? It stuck to the base, but if you look where it hadn't stuck, look at that finish that we've got. And actually I can totally come in, watch, with just my pen while that's still wet, and we can just clean that up. Come on, you clean up. There we go. And we can just clean up that little bit of a boo-boo that we did.
Awesome. I'm not surprised to let you know, Sarah, that a third of the stock of the markers have already gone. Loads of you got these in your baskets as well at the moment. Really, really busy on them. Remember what you're getting. You're paying for one set. So awesome. Pay for one set. So basically you pay for the precious metals, which are these ones here, with the gold plate, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, the antique bronze, the pewter, which you just saw Sarah use there, that beautiful silver ingot as well. And we're going to give you these ones totally free of charge, which are your rare minerals, which is your amethyst, blue topaz, jade green, citrine, red garnet, and also pink quartz. Whenever I say citrine, I want to say latrine, and I think they are very, very different things. I'm not sure what a latrine is, but someone, oh, it's it. I didn't realise it was the loo. It's a very fancy name for the loo.
Nice.
Oh, just off to borrow the latrine. Or is it la latrine? Who knows? Anyway, move on, Joe, because you're getting yourself in more trouble. $11.99 if you want to get them. All 12 for $11.99. £1 per pen. When do you ever hear us say that here at Crafters TV? Fabulous value for money. Now, we've also got those ink pads, remember, as well. I'm hearing just how busy it is already on the ink pads. 20% of the ink pads gone already. Now, the ink pads, slightly different property when it comes to the inks that are in there. Sarah's going to take us through that in just a few moments. What you've got is the blush, which is this gorgeous one just here. And you can see we've stamped them here. Can you just see how that luster and how it really does pick out the light there? You've got the red garnet as well. It's got that beautiful shine to it. We then have the bronze. There is rose satin, platinum. There's jade. Got the amethyst in here. Pink lace. And finally, blue organza. Did pink lace sing Agadoo, or am I making that up? Black lace, nearly. Blue organza there as well. £35 or $55. Now, Club Inspire Platinum members, you will be able to get these today for £28. If you're a Club Inspire Platinum member. You'd be able to get these for what? $44 if you're a Platinum member in the US. So really great value, however you're getting them, and a fabulous saving as well, which is absolutely awesome. Loads of you still chatting away. Mary Jane says these markers are spectacular, had to get them. Christine asks, how long do they take to dry on mirror cards? So great question, those metallic markers.
They won't dry permanent without you putting a fixative on.
Okay.
But I mean, that one there, I did it, what, 2 minutes ago? As long as the drying agent is. So you know how when we had it on the glass mat, it took a little bit longer? It's the same there. You're going to leave it a little bit longer, or use your heat gun. But what I would say is just leave it, or put it, if you want it to be permanent, put a bit of hairspray or a fixative over the top.
Hairspray, top tip, Sarah.
A bit of hairspray on there. Right, are we ready to go? Ink padding.
Absolutely.
Because I've heard how many people have ordered the ink pads in the last half an hour of the show. It's been crazy. So let me tell you that 9-piece set that we have, you have loads of awesome colours. So for me, it's just, I think I'm going to have to go with some pinks, you know. I'm going to get a couple of the pinks out, and I want to show you I want to show you how they stamp on black and on white, so you can kind of compare the difference. Now I've got in here, let's have a little look. I'll get you open. Will I get you open? Yes, I will. I've just taken a wordy ink pad so that you can see like how they work with word ones, but it's exactly the same every type of ink pad basically. Every type of ink pad, every type of stamp. So if I get that stuck on there, you stuck on really well. Yep, brilliant. That's my way of checking, by the way. So watch the difference I'm going to do. Let's take that rose satin, and I'm going to ink up the rose satin, and I'm going to stamp it for you on the white so that you can see how it looks on white. Right, and then I'll stamp it for you on the black so you can compare and contrast the difference. Oops, this is why I put my my pinny on, Joe, so that you can.
Covers really well on the white, doesn't it? More so than I was expecting, actually.
People just assume it wouldn't because we do so much on the black, but I wanted you to see how well it works on both. So look at that. Both look absolutely fabulous. Now have a little look at the close-up, and then you can really see. Let's have a little look here. Right, so there it is on the white, and can you see that? Yes, you can see it there. It's got that undertone of silver on the top, Joe, the way the kind of light hits off it. That is what you see really, really well when it's on the black. Look at that shit. I mean, honestly, it is like off the chart incredible. Now, one other thing I love about it, if I just take this, let's get my scissors. and trim this in half so I can use a couple of sheets, right, is you can actually start and mix your colours together. So for example, if I bring this in, let's mix, oh, I've got some nice, let's have a look, I've got some platinum. So if I do a mix of the platinum on one side, blended in to that lovely pink on the other, we should, all being well, get a lovely ombre going straight on. Should we do it onto the white first again? So just imagine this with every one of those colours that you're working with, mixing all the colours together. Yes,
awesome.
Look at that. And again, I'm going to show you it close up because I think when you see it, can you see, oh, it looks even better in real life, I can tell you. You can see that lovely kind of platinum mixing into the pink. I'm going to do it on the black. Let's have a little look. I'm going to get a different shade in. Oh, I've got a nice pink there. Right, let's go and get a green in for a bit of a change. So I'm going to get a bit of green. And shall we mix the green with a bit of red garnet? Get a totally different shade again. So jade green here. And I'm going to mix the green into the red. So you can see those different, and I'm going to just tap it across.
Do you know what it looks a little bit like on the stamp? It looks like, you know when you put like gilding wax onto wood or something like that? It's got that same, like a patina almost to it, which is gorgeous.
Patina? Oh, that's a bit fancy, Joe, isn't it? Right.
I do try. I mean, it's as fancy as I get, that.
So there you go. So there's that 2-tone. Now, one other thing about these, I think I've got some under here. Yes, let's have a little look at this. I've got some clear embossing powder. So if I just pour the clear embossing powder over here, I don't know if I've left it a little bit too long. No, I haven't. Look at how well
Are you telling
that clear
me?
Embossing powder. Yeah. So now you can emboss with it.
Wow.
So
and hang on a minute. So you get like the wet look from the embossing powder, but still the shininess from the metallic
From
as
the
well.
metallic. Yes, you will. Let's have a little look. Oh, yes, it's still just about taken to that one. Yep, right. So let me get the heat gun out and emboss these two. So you can see they are a, oh, let me get this right. I need to use the right word. They're the type of ink pad that you can do embossing with. Is it like...
Sticky.
Well,
Pigment.
there's a proper word for it, Joe, which is not sticky.
Pigment?
Is it like that it's a pigment ink pad or whatever? No, it's... yeah, it is pigment.
Pigment, yeah.
Pigment ink pads you can do your embossing with. Oh, look at that starting to turn there now. I love that. Oh, I've just realised this might be our director Adam's first time seeing heat embossing. Oh, it's like I've seen it before. I've seen it before. Oh, I tell you what, I was getting all excited there. Now, look at the difference. Can I do, are you going to see it just as effectively on the white? Yes, you are. Right, so you can see that turning just as well. So can you see it looks like it goes darker on the white, yet it looked like it went more transparent on the dark colour?
I just think it's such an amazing payoff for quite a quick technique. Like if you did it, it just looks like it's been manufactured that way. It looks like you've had to buy that topper. There's no way you could have done that yourself at home.
With that gorgeous blend in there. So that shows you, here's the ones that I did, which were not heat embossed. And then the black and the white when they are heat embossed. It just shows you different, completely different kind of look and feel there, doesn't it?
Absolutely
now,
beautiful.
What I've done is I've got some here. So I've got a one on black where I've just stamped it with a clear ink and I've embossed on top of it. So that now what I can do is show you, once it's clear, I want to show you some of the resist. So let me just get my, oh, do you know what I would love, Joe? I don't know if you've got, you know those eggs.
Oh, do you want some?
We've just got in stock. I could do with some clean ones because mine are all not the cleanest.
Right, I'm going to give you mine then if that's all right.
Is that all right?
I think so. We might get told off, but you know, it's your company. You can, I'm sure you'll be all right.
I can have some more clean ones, can I? Right, okay, so here we go. Let's get these open. Have some nice new clean ones. You can obviously use, you could just use these and once you've used them, you can put them in the washing machine if you want, or you can put them through, yeah, let's have some nice clean ones. Or you can, do you need to keep this, Joe, to show everybody what you can buy? Maybe not. Maybe not.
I think we'll get another one. We'll get Jake to order us another one, I think.
Lovely, right. So look at this. I'm picking it up from here. And then when I rub it over here, can you see?
Look at that.
It resists off. And then I'm going to blend, let's have a look, that's a bit of platinum. Let's blend a bit of the platinum. I'm just turning round into the rose satin and then blending the rose. Because they are water-based as well, they're going to all merge in together. So that's merged into the platinum.
So they'll blend as well?
Yep, honestly, metallics are the best property ink pads we have to work with in terms of all exciting stuff that you can do with them. So look at that shade in there. Should we put a little bit of the red in for a penny, in for a pound? Let's go on with red. This is obviously not how I would do in a project. I would pick colours that all work together, but I wanted you to see, look at that, how we've got that lovely kind of ethereal feel over the background. But as long as you have, once we've done that, you can just buff it over the top and it'll clean all that background away. I think I'm going to put a little bit more colour into all of those. So just so you can see, there we go, so a bit more platinum in there, building those colours up. Isn't that fabulous? Right, beautiful. So there is a little bit of ink over there, and you can do exactly the same. So if I buff that up now, you can see that lovely, you can see where we built up 2 layers, just how fabulous that looks with that. I'm going to go on with a bit more of that because that's looking great.
Remember as well, in the ink pad collection, you're getting 9 ink pads, which for £35 is an amazing, amazing deal. I love that, Sarah.
Right, now taking that same sort of thing and taking it on a level, what I have done is I've already done a little bit of embossing. So I've embossed a couple of my favourite 3D embossing folders. Oh, I love all of them. Right, let's start off with this one here, right? So I've just done 3D embossing onto here, and I'm just going to pick up some of those colours and start, let's have a bit of pink and then a bit of green under here. Right, again, you're going to lose as George.
No worries whatsoever. Loads of you chatting away. Lots of you just sharing ideas. Loads of you sending pictures in as well. Keep doing that. We love it when you send them in to us. And remember that this is like a bit of a snap. The reason you've got such great prices today is because we have the end of summer sale running over on our website. Please make sure you go over there and check all of the end of summer sale deals that are available. There are hundreds, if not thousands of lines with up to 70% off, which is awesome. So there's loads for you. If you're new to crafting, it would be the ultimate time to go and have a shop around over on our website. Very busy for these ink pads at the moment. Also very busy for those metallic markers as well. If you've got those in your basket, you are not alone. And also the price per ink pad on these, Sarah, when you work it out, it's less than £4 per ink pad.
I thought you were going to ask me to work it out while I was doing the cut. I was thinking, oh, my life is pushing it.
It's about £4 an ink pad, I believe, and it's about $5, about $6 an ink pad if you're in the US, about $6 an ink pad, which is really great value. And again, there is only a few more to collect after this as well. So you've got almost the whole collection here for a really great price. That's the thing about the metallics, isn't it? They are versatile in the techniques that you can do with them, in the materials that they go onto, but also it's not going to cost you a lot to buy the complete collection of all the metallics. The pencils, what, £10? Ink pads, you're nearly there today for less than £100, which is awesome value for money. That's looking gorgeous, Sarah.
Why, thank you very much. Do you want me to try the next technique with them?
Yes, please.
Well, I'll do one more because I know we then have to move on to the ink jars as well because I've got loads. Right, I've got a stencil here. Now, if you, oops-a-daisy me. Right, don't drop this on the bottom. Right, if you're stenciling, what you want is, I don't know where our Brenda is, so I'm just going to give this a little bit of a spray on the back. So
she went over to the States with you. So yes. Did she not come back? She's eloped.
For those of you that don't know, the irony of that whole conversation, I now do all of my To the States America HSN broadcast from the next door. So you see where them cupboards are? Yep, the next room.
That's America in there.
So in Crafters TV jobs, that we call that America now, right? So yes, she went to America with me. Has she not made it back?
For anyone that has just joined us for the first time, I was thinking, who on earth is Brenda? She's a plastic box that we use to put things in when they get sprayed. That's what it is.
She's so much more than just a plastic box, though, isn't it?
She is indeed. She's our mascot here at Crafters TV. But yes, she was over on HSM moonlighting, which is awesome. Crafting Stacey said, I'm digging myself in holes today, Sarah. I don't know what, I'm really having to check myself today. Crafting Stacey on YouTube said, I just bought the metallic pads, so this show is just perfect. Great point, Stacey. If you want to, save this show. Now, a few ways you can do it. If you're watching on Facebook, the easiest way to do it is just to share it, and then it goes onto your wall, so then you'll be able to come back and discover it easily. If you're watching us on YouTube, bookmark it. And if you do miss a show ever, remember you can watch all of our shows back whenever you like over on our website, which is awesome, which is craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. There, of course, you can watch and shop at the same time as well. Liam's looking for Brenda in America. Liam's in America looking for Brenda and he can't find her. He is very alarmed.
She's probably down here on the floor somewhere, you know, and I just haven't had a good look, if I'm being really honest. Right, here we go. Right, a little bit of green in here. Can you appreciate, by the way, how well these ink pads are all blending into each other? Because they're water-based, they have the same blendability as our Harmony water reactive ones. And what I wanted to show you is how you could mix the different colours together, but then also I'm going to show you one on the white and I'm going to do it once on the black so that you can kind of compare and contrast the two.
This looks like, you know those really expensive tiles, the like crackle glaze ones that you get, Sarah? That's what this was reminding me of. It is looking super, super gorgeous. We've got great stencils and stamps on the show available for you. I'll show you them actually in a little while, but we've really got you covered when it comes to all the Technique kits that you might want to get to go alongside the different mediums. There's one for each, in fact, of the ink pads, the metallic markers, and also the ink pots as well. You are loving the matte black card, no surprise.
Because I'm going to use that next. Right, there it is on the white for you. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of that black and I'm going to do the same on the black. It's exactly the same technique. So if you need to put me like in the corner or anything to do the technique while you do any updates or whatever, it's absolutely fine because I'm going to just do exactly the same as what you've just seen me do for the other one, right? Here we go. So
does this work with all of these colours, Sarah, this technique, the blending of them?
All of them. Awesome. Any shades you want. Yes.
Crafting Stacey has asked, could you use the normal blending tool for these inks or do we need to have the eggs specifically?
No, you can use the normal one. For some reason I just find the eggs a little bit easier to use with this finish one. Awesome. I don't know why. Honestly, it's just, I'm just giving you kind of my my tip as it was when I'm going. I can't tell you why. Leanne would probably tell you why. You can just tell you. Is
it because, I know Leanne told me this a long time ago, the metallic ink is the most viscous of all the inks that we bring.
Oh, is
so
that
maybe
right?
Maybe that's why you need a more robust blending tool to blend it with. I'm only guessing.
Viscous, is it?
This is the most viscous. It's the thickest of all the inks, yeah, because of the natural particles apparently that are in it. Yes, don't ask me how I retain all this information. But that is definitely what she said.
I have no idea how you've retained all that. I am feeling super impressed now.
I mean, I could be wrong, but common sense, I think, says that maybe that is why they are easier to blend with a more robust tool. Very, very busy on the ink pads, by the way. Lots of you already gone for those. Lots of you got them in your basket. Over a quarter of the stock has already gone. I'm just going to quickly whiz you through these stencils. Now, these are always so busy whenever we bring them to you. So you've got, I'll show you what you've got. So you've got your stencil here and you've got your stamps as well. It's going to stamp this out and it builds into these gorgeous projects. It's like magic. I'm doing the close-ups and you're on the close-up as well. It's awesome. So you've got music and lyrics. You've also got Make-A-Wish, which is this one here. You've got your Life is a Journey, great for your scrapbooking. It's Time, Back to Nature, Life Happens, Write Your Own Story, and Happiness Blends. It's like visual magic. Look, we're on two close-ups at the same time.
And they would be brilliant. Those background ones would be brilliant for these sort of techniques, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a technique I'm going to show you a little bit later with some of the metallic ink pots.
Well, wonderful. $41.53 if you want the stencils and the stamps there as well, which is awesome. Loads of you. Julia says she loves that stencil. Any idea where that stencil was from, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yes, I've got that one.
we haven't got a lot of stencils, and there's a lot out the back there. And I just picked one up that looked like it would work really well.
Do you know what? It worked great with your stencils. Do you know what I'd love to see that used with as well, Sarah? You know the a few different things. My brain is running away with me. Firstly, our floral window dies. You know, those ones that we did with like the lilies and all of that in there, which were gorgeous. But also, these would make a great blended background to use with the stained glass windows as well. And I've actually got the stained glass windows coming up this weekend. It's actually a stained glass window masterclass, I believe, with Craig on Sunday. And these ink pads have worked beautifully with that if you wanted to use them for that. Candy says, good morning from Maryland. Great tips and tricks, learning so much as well. Question for you from Laura. Sarah, when applying and blending blending colours, which blender should you use to blend the colours? The lighter or the darker? And what if you're using more than 2 colours to keep them from a muddy mess?
Right, always go darker one and then put the lighter one over the top.
Awesome.
That's the best way to do it.
Brilliant.
And these are obviously, honestly, genius to use for that.
It was like you were using them in your eye, like 2 little... You look like Olaf from Frozen. Right, we've had loads of pictures coming in. Marie's, the lovely Mary from Tennessee has sent us in these. That's beautiful, that background, Sarah.
Metallic pencils. I'm loving them, Mary, loving them.
Absolutely gorgeous. Mary has also sent us in these ones just here. Beautiful fairy there on a toadstool, which is lovely. She's also sent more than one, which we always love. Thank you for that, Mary. Another gorgeous one there. I think is that one of our Annabelle Spenceleys there, I believe. So perfect to colour up with a load of different mediums. Right, ink pots we're moving on to next now. 2 different collections for you. So one collection, if you will. So it's an 8-piece collection that you've got, £34 or $55. Now, one collection, $24.99. So £25 in essence, £9 more, you're getting the second one. In the US, they should be $40 each. $15 more gets you a second one. You've got really special pricing today. It's kind of like a cartload meets a Colour Me Happy, really, because the prices are that awesome. In the rich metallics, you've got, check out the bling on those. You've got the gold plate, the silver ingot, the ancient bronze, and the pewter there as well. And then in the vintage metallics, you've got the antique bronze, the aged copper, the tarnished silver, and you've got the burnished copper in there as well. 34. I've got to tell you what's going on. You're meant to give them a good shake, these as well. Just check out how well shaped. It's like a workout. It's like you've got forget the shake weight. You've got metallic inks. You'll be fine.
You don't have to go this vigorously, but if you want to do all the pots before Joe comes back from telling you what they are, you need to really get going on them.
It's really made me laugh. I don't know why. £34, $55 gets you both sets as well. Also, if you were looking at a volume of ink that you wanted, a really good volume of ink.
Don't shake them. No.
Oh, you're swirling them.
Swirling. They've got 2 ball bearings in the middle. What I'm doing.
You were going so quickly that I thought you were shaking them.
No, if you shake them, you'll get air in them.
Oh, you don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, you can just wait for the air to settle. But no, for my techniques, the shaving foam one, no, we're going to go like this.
Awesome. Right. What I was going to say to you is, if you want a volume of ink, if it's volume of ink that you're after, you've got 30 mils in each one of these. That is 120 mils in each 4-piece collection. That is 240 mils. That's almost 1/4 litre of metallic ink that you've got in that configuration there for £34 or $55. So if it's volume that you're after, then the jars are definitely going to be the ones for you. And I absolutely adore the techniques that can be done with these. They are fantastic. If you want to go for individuals as well in the jars, there's some very low stocks on individuals available for you over on the website. $6.99. Definitely go over there and check those ones out. Right, Sarah, are you all shook up?
I'm all shook up. Yep, we are. Okay, right, here we go. So in your bundle, you've got the 8 of your metallic colours, right? If you are, so they're like all your different shades of your golds and silvers. If you want the colours, they're available as individuals. We've basically sold out of the box set of the colours, but you can buy the colours individually. I've just got all of mine out, so I'm just going to mix and match. I've actually only got 8 of the 12, but I'm going to mix and match as we're going along. Now, first thing is these are opaque. They have all the same properties as the metallic markers, which means you can use them onto different surfaces, but they're going to give you an opaque finish. And I'm going to prove that by painting the same background onto black and onto white. And you'll see you won't be able to tell the difference at the end, which one's on black and which one's on white. So if I just open these, I'm going to go with a bit of purple. I'm going to have a little bit of green in here as well. Purple, green. I'm going to go with a little bit of red in here too. All right. And do you think I should put a little bit of, maybe get me silver out here too, because the silver mixes in with it absolutely beautiful. Right, so there's my silver one.
Our customer's just the best. Right, Pamela.
Go on.
Pamela Kale has said that stencil, I believe that stencil is from the subscription box that featured the stencils. Colleen, one of our social media superstars, has got on the internet and checked it and has said she is 100% correct. It was from box 14 of our subscription box. There you are.
Well, there you go. So those of you that want to do a lot of stencils, there you go. Right, what I'm doing, Joe, is I've just given myself a nice wet base to start from. So I've just dampened the card down. And I'm going to go in with the purple, so just a little bit here, and paint the purple, and then I'm going to put a little bit more purple along here.
So intense, isn't it?
I can do the other shades as we go. There's the white, and then look at this. Now look how quickly it's drying, okay? So we're going to have to layer up the colours to get that perfect blend. Oh, look how, so it's got that drying agent built into it, but it's very, very intensive. So there's the purple. And then I'm going to go, you shouldn't do this, by the way, you shouldn't go with your brush straight into the next one, but I can because I'm the boss, right? So, and no one's going to tell you off, but you should absolutely be washing your brush between each one. Let's have a look. I'm going to just blend that one into there. You see how the two colours have blended seamlessly, and I'll do the same into here. So we'll go with that one there, just blend it in, and just make sure you've got, it is opaque, but you do need to put plenty of it down, okay? Let's come into the next colour. Let's get a bit of red in there, and it's got that, remember what I said about the metallics, they are a brushed metal finish. So they're not a high gloss metal, not like you saw with the ink pads, you know. These are a brushed metal finish, and that is the whole idea with them. So here we go. I'm going to keep going over here to get that blend between the two. Isn't it fabulous?
It's looking gorgeous.
These. And this is just onto cardstock. Remember, we haven't even started the fun stuff. I'm going to be getting to all that next. And this is the introduction and the basics on how to get started with the metallic inks. All right, here we go.
I can't believe how well they blend.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Considering how packed full of colour they are as well. And do you know why I didn't think they'd blend? Because they look a bit, to me, almost a little bit chalky, like in a really lovely way. But then in my mind, chalky things won't blend together. I don't know why. But seeing these blend is magical.
Isn't it great? And on the two, I wanted to do the white and the black card all at once to give you those two effects. Now, if I took my time a little bit more, you can just get even more of a blend, but leave those to dry. And if I just show you that towards the camera for the close-up, oh yes, look at that finish. That is what we're talking about, Joe. So that is on the black, and then this one here is on the white, and you honestly can't tell that. I mean, I need to go over it a little bit more. Do you want to see them when they're completely dry? Can't tell the difference.
Beautiful.
One's black, one's white, but you cannot tell the difference. And it's that lovely chalky finish. Now this one here, the one there, that one is on the one on the black card, by the way. So it just shows you the watercolour card gives it an easy blend, but then it's that chalky metallic finish, which is just wonderful, right? So that is just starting off with a basic background, okay? I'm going to pop you two down here to just dry off, and I'm just going to clean down my metallic. Nope, cleaned out, what's this? My glass mat. I'm going to clean down my glass mat to go on with the next one. Now,
well, you can see how colourful they are, because you can see, even with a wipe, you can see there's still so much colour on the mat there.
Well, what I love about it as well, so yes, you can use your pen, you could use your pens for this. So what you could do is you could take your metallic pens and you could have scribbled down a load of colour. Oh, don't fall off, pen's just fallen off. You could scribble down a load of colour, but basically you would empty that whole pen just to do one of these background techniques. Whereas actually, by having the little pot, you've got like 10 times more. I've just made that up. It's so much more colour for you to be able to work that from. Now, let me just show you. Love this technique, okay?
Stacey's asking if these can be popped into a spray bottle and diluted. You know, like our misters that we've got. Could you pop them in there?
Yes, they can. They absolutely can. You can mix them with all sorts. I'm going to mix them with some texture paste in a few minutes. And show
texture paste?
Yes. And we're going to do coloured texture paste, right?
Wow.
Let's have a look. I'm going to have the gold to go with my silver, right? So now I've got gold and silver. Where's my spray mister? Here we go. Now I'm going to get my card nice and wet, all right? So that it's, but wetting it with the spray mister is much better. I've probably overwet that a little bit too much now. Much better to wet it with the spray mister than to wet it with the paintbrush, okay? We don't want it too wet with the...
Anne's had an idea, Sarah.
Go on.
Maybe we should do a watercolour card in black.
Oh, that does sound quite exciting.
Idea.
Oh, I can look into that.
Yeah,
Leave that one
awesome.
with me. Right. Here we go. So I'm going to start this now, right? And I'm just going to flick. No, I'm going to have to do it with my fingers. I'm going to flick it. Can you see into the background there? Now, that is a wet into wet background. You won't, I don't think you can see it there on the camera. You will do when it dries in a second.
Just about now.
You can just start and see it, right? You will do, trust me, you will do when it starts to dry.
It looks like pixie dust.
Yeah, right, so now you can see it, right? I'm going to get another one for the gold. So I'm going to just dip a little bit of gold in. And again, I'm just going to flick the gold on now.
You are getting fabulously inky over there, Sarah.
Oh, this is why this is the last show of the day. So, right, I'm just going to flick a little there. Can you see those colours starting to really blend together? So that is when we do this with a wet into wet technique, okay? So if I just get this down and get my heat gun on it, I'm going to blast it dry and then show you the finish, and then we'll do it a wet, not into wet technique so that you can see exactly the same finish, but not in the wet. Yeah, you can see that.
Someone was asking earlier about the heat gun that you are using. Do we have that on our website?
I have absolutely no idea.
It's a WOW one, I think, isn't it, you're using? Definitely have a look. I'm sure we've got some brands of I'm sure we've got some heat tools on our website. We'll have a little look for you. Kelly says, received these ink pots a while back. Now I feel like I'm getting an idea of what to do with them.
Yes.
Melissa says she thinks she's got a daft question. No such thing as a daft question here. Do all liquid inks have a quick drying agent in them, or is it just the metallic? I'm going to experiment with mine this weekend, she says.
Oh, it's just our metallics. It's special technology that we developed in ours.
Is it what our Leanne calls a proprietary technology?
Proprietary technology. It is indeed. It is indeed. Right, you want me to show you that now it's dry? So there is that where we had the wet into wet. Now I'm going to go with the wet not into wet. We're going to go wet into dry. So same thing. Can you see? It gives you a more definitive finish, right?
It really looks like looking at the night sky through a telescope, doesn't it?
It's like totally kind of space age stuff. So there's
Galactic.
my gold. Did you say galactic?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love it. And then there's my gold in here. Come on, gold. I need a little bit more flick. Yep, we need a bit more on there. So I can flick a bit more gold. There we go.
Just thinking about how long these are going to last you. Sarah.
You'll not buy one of the jars twice, unless you knock it over.
I was about to say that. Don't say that because you'll tempt fate, Joe. But
So, and then let's have a look. I'm going to put a couple of bigger splats on here so that you can see the different colours. So there's the gold. And then there is my silver on top of that, right? So that is the really, really kind of intensive finish. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to blast this. And then we're going to, now you've seen it onto cardstock, Joe, my next technique, would you like to see it onto the ceramic tile? Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah, let's do that. I was going to say, the shaving foam technique. I'll show them both. Okay. You want the shaving foam?
No, let's do the tile first, because the shaving foam for me is the wow, the real wow. All of the techniques are awesome. How many techniques are possible with metallic? I doubt anyone's ever made an extensive list, but it must be hundreds of different techniques that you can do with these.
Oh, easily 100. Look at those two different backgrounds. Aren't they fabulous? But a completely different. This is a more washed out look with it, and then this is a more definite look with it. But there's absolutely space for both of those background techniques.
It feels like the lustery bit, the shiny bit, and the coloury bit sort of separate a little bit when it's in the wet and wet.
Yes.
When it's together, the two sort of on the dry, they stay together. But it's great because it means it gives you double the options and ways in which you can use them. Ruth's saying, what a great techniques. I have got to get my pots out and try. I hope you do. I hope loads of you that already own all of these products that we're using today, go to your craft room, get them out and make loads of wonderful things, and then put them on Facebook and Instagram and tag us in them, because we love seeing all the things you've been making.
Yes. Right, I've got a ceramic tile there. So all I'm going to do is I've got one pipette here. You actually get pipettes included. So you can do this, you can have a pipette per colour, right? I'm just going to pop a few bits down. Instead of cleaning, I'm just going to keep it up and pull a bit of the next colour up, and then pop the next colour down, all right? So that I can start and get some mixing of colour. Let's have a look. Should put a little bit of red in. So pick a bit of red up, and then we'll get the red. And can you see we've got the red and the green mixed together? So all these different colours, Oh, I didn't want to splat that much. And then let's go and pick a little bit of gold up as well. Like I said, on yours, Leanne had me guts for garters if she saw me doing this.
This is a ceramic tile, like a wall tile, is it?
Yes,
it looks like a piece of card on screen.
All right, yes, it is just a wall tile. So let's have a look, and I'm going to blow these around. Come on, guys, move. Might need some more on here to get it moving. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm just going to pop a little bit more together so that they'll move together a little bit more. Here we go.
If you wanted loads of movement, could you use something like a straw?
Yes. I just didn't have one. But that is exactly what I really wanted to do, Joe. I just forgot to bring that
I wasn't going to say, did you forget your straw? I just thought I'd offer it as an idea, and then, you know, you could say, oh yeah, you could do that if you wanted to.
Yeah, no, I meant to bring a straw. So if you have a straw and you blow it, yes, they will move a lot easier. All right. So here's some of my colours. Do you know what we did once? Don't know if we've still got it here. We got one of those and we cut the end off.
Of the
pipette. So
do you want to cut it off?
No, because then I won't be able to use it. Right, here we go. So can you see how I'm getting all this? Now I've got plenty on there. Let's get all this moving together. Yes.
Do you know what it looks like? You know, marbling that you used to do on water and then you dip things in it? That's what it kind of looks like.
Right, so and because I'm starting to dry it as we're going, I'm getting all that mixing of colour. Now you're talking. Look at that.
Got a straw.
That's what I was after. Oh, look how Liam's brought me a straw.
He's back from America. Did he find Brenda? No, she's still missing, I think. Still missing.
Right, here we go. And you know, you can go right to the end if you want. I'm gonna dab around the edge here now. There you go. So I can get it all moving. But doesn't that look absolutely fabulous? Right, here we go. Right, I'm gonna keep drying that, Joe. Hopefully
awesome.
It won't take me too long.
Loads of people chatting away. Jenny said that she has been multitasking in Luton. She's made the kids tea whilst watching the show. What a skill that is. But she said, I've just put my gym clothes on for Zumba class. I've noticed my outfit colour is exactly the same as the pigment ink pads. That is, I think, subconscious outfit choice. I bet you look fabulous though, Jenny, is what I would say. Getting very, very busy. Remember what you're getting as well in the jars, because you're getting all 8 of them, which is awesome. So you're firstly going to get the vintage metallics. Now the vintage metallics are brilliant because in there you're going to receive the antique bronze, you're also got the aged copper, the tarnished silver, and you've got the burnished copper there as well. So these are the first 4 you've got. These should be £25 or $40. Today though, as part of this deal, and I would say the deals will only last usually for 48 hours or until stocks last here on Craft TV, for an extra, what, £9 today or $15, you get number 2, which is awesome. You're going to get the rich metallics. Now this is all of those real sort of traditional metal colours. You've got the gold plate, the silver ingot, the ancient bronze, and you've also got the pewter in there as well. £34, $55. Club Inspired Platinum members, you get almost £7 extra off of that. You'll get $11 off of that, Club Inspired Platinum members, if you are in the UK. I also want to take this opportunity to remind you about the markers too, because half of a big stock of the metallic markers has sold out and gone. If you're after these, I would say act sooner rather than later. The reason being is that they're half price. It's a buy one, get one free deal. You're going to get the amethyst, the blue topaz, the jade green, the citrine, which is not latrine, we found out earlier, red garnet and pink quartz. And then what you're also going to get is this one, which is your precious metal. So you're going to get the gold plate, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, the antique bronze, and the pewter, and the silver ingot as well. And $11.99 to get 12 of our markers. That is £1 per marker, which is sensational value for money. It is, or $16.95 if you're in the US. Oh, excuse me. Remember, you get an extra £2.40 off of that in the UK. You'll get an extra $3.40 off of that if you're in the US as well, which is awesome. How you getting over there, Sarah?
Oh, we're about dry. How absolutely awesome does that tile? There's a couple of little bits of wet still over here, but oops, that's me here just gone on the floor. But I think that just look, and that is on, as you can see now from the front, that is on a bathroom tile, right? So you can see perfect, and that's the finish that you get on that tile.
How
it
awesome.
just shows you, I wanted you to see different mediums, but also mixing the different mediums, all right?
If you wanted to make your own coasters, Sarah, a little bit of a smaller tile than that.
Perfect.
And then a little bit of a sealant over it, something like a Mod Podge or something like that. Do you think that'd seal
Brilliant. Mod Podge would seal it perfectly. Yeah, or I was spraying shine.
Spray and shine.
One of the glitter sprays would work a treat.
Absolutely. You can even get dishwasher safe Mod Podge as well. So if you wanted to make something like a ceramic mug, you wanted to put something on there and then have that dishwasher safe, you could put that over it as well, which is an awesome way to go. Details on your screen for those metallic markers. Very, very busy on those. Please keep getting your questions in as well. Any questions that you've got about anything that's in this show, absolutely drop them into us over on Facebook. We are in the Crafters TV Facebook live feed. That's where we're monitoring the conversation. Or over on YouTube, drop in the comments there. Now, we had in this show, the plan was we were going to put 10 amazing end of summer sale deals into this show. Do you know what happened? Well, I'll tell you. What happened is they sold out, and basically we said, well, I'm sorry, that's just not good enough because it's the end of summer sale. Sarah stamped her foot, and we literally got 10 new deals, all part of our end of summer sale. So yes, 10 brand new deals for you in the show. Already as well, things are looking vulnerable stock-wise in these brand new deals that we've got for you. $7.75 to get the most gorgeous frame dies. These are our Rococo frames for the vintage lace. $7.75 or $9 if you'd like to get those. Other bits and bobs for you in the vintage lace range are these. This is your vintage vines, $3.75 or $5.50 if you're in the US and you want to grab hold of those ones. We've also got the Words of Love, the clear acrylic stamps. These are available for you on the show. 10 pieces here, £2.25. That makes them 22.5 pennies each. Unbelievable. We've also got for you the stamps and dies, and these are those gorgeous sentiments. These are wonderful for building up your own sentiment as well, because of course you've got the corresponding stamps that go with them. $4.75 or $5.75. There is your price. We've also got it in another option. Definitely grab the laugh and get thanks as well at the same time. Loads of bases covered there. We've got some little schmetterlings for you on the show. We've got the gorgeous butterflies. It's a 3-piece, a trio of schmetterlings in different sizes. $5.75 or $8.75. You've got 40% off of that, which is awesome. We've also got some nesting butterflies for you. Now these are our multimedia dies, which is awesome. So it means you can cut things like craft metal, leather, fabrics, balsa wood, loads of different things. $18.50 or $29.75 if you'd like to get those. The doily and border, these are great as like a back. You can use them as they are on a project. Wonderful. Really great for using in the background of things like your flower forming foam. Gives you something to ground that project onto. $7.75 or $10 if you would like to go for those. We've also got as well a couple of really gorgeous Christmas embossing folders. Don't know how I managed to get these on the show. £2.25 for our quality embossing folders, or $4.50 if you're in the US. We've got another option. A lot of you going for both of these. This one here is the reef that you've got, and it's another 5x7, 40% off of that one again, which is yet again fabulous value for money. I want to recap the pencils because the pencils getting busier and busier in this second half of the show. And what's great about them is, again, I mean, it's a great investment. 12 pencils for £10 is awesome. They come cased as well in this tin, so if you did want to give them as a gift, they would be fabulous for that. But the great thing about these is that they are a blendable pencil, but they've got that luster in them, they've got that shine in them. Let me take you through the colours. So you've got light blue, you've got green, purple, silver, gold and rose gold. That's the top row up there. And then starting down here, we've got the yellow, the pink, the mica, the blue, the violet, and also the nickel as well. £10 or $11 if you would like to get those. The ink pots are proving super, super busy. The more techniques you're seeing with these, I'm hearing as well, there are quite a few customers that have gone for all 4 metallic mediums in the show. That's the pencils, the pens, the pencils, the pens, the ink pads, and The jars, there we are. I thought I was on the generation game then for a moment. Now, talking of the jar, what am I like? Talking of the jars, you've got two different collections here. So you've got your rich metallics, which you've got your gold plate, your silver ingot, your ancient bronze, and your pewter. And then you've got the vintage metallics as well. Antique bronze, aged copper, tarnished silver, and the burnished copper as well. Now, I'm so excited for this next demonstration. It is literally, I think it's like my all-time favourite inky demonstration. Is absolutely awesome. I can see Sarah is cracking out the shaving foam.
Come on, yes. And the good thing is, as I've learned, shaving foam, very inexpensive. I actually shave my legs with just a bit of soap these days. So it's been a while since I bought some shaving foam. So I was quite pleased to see it's only like £1 a piece. Right, here's what you do. So we're going to take the shaving foam and just working on your glass mat, I'm just going to spray it. This is a brand new shaving foam. Please don't disappoint. Yeah. Oh, come on, it needs another good. Right there. Needs a good shake. Now you're talking. Right, so plenty of shaving foam down. Come on, shake. Now, there we go, Joe. Right, so you've got plenty of, oh, it smells really good as well.
I love the smell of shaving foam. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
My husband stopped shaving about 10 years ago, so I can't even remember what shaving foam smells like in our house. Right, so you've got your shaving foam on there, right? And we'll just get a nice kind of like, nice background going. Oh, I'm really liking the smell of this now.
If this was on a plate, I'd be worried now. I'd be making a move about now.
Right, here we go. So, oh, I should have thought about this, shouldn't I? Right, so let's just go with this. There we go. Right, I'll tell you what, I've got a little bit more. Oh, let's get a little bit more kitchen towel from underneath here. Right, yes, now you're talking. So, it basically acts as like a base for you to mix your colours onto. What I would say is these are watercolour ones, so just keep that in mind. Don't put too much on there, okay? I think we'll get rid of all of you guys as well while we're on. Here we go. So, should we drop a couple of the colours on, Joe?
Oh, so, I'm so excited.
So all we're going to do is drop a couple of these. Can you see they just sit on the top? Right, so we can drop these colours on, they'll sit on the top, and I'll mix the different, there's a bit of purple goes under there as well, right? So, few shades, and then we're going to mix them all together to create like our own pattern, right?
I'm so excited.
Right, here we go. Maybe I shouldn't have put quite as much. Oh, it's going to look good, it's going to look good, right? Then you take your cardstock, you're going to lie your cardstock down in the shaving foam, right, so that it picks up the colour. And then once you've got that, you're going to come in really quickly. I've got nothing to do it for you. I'm going to have to do it down the side here, yeah? And you're going to take off the excess shaving foam. She says, didn't quite get that off. And can you see, when you take off the excess shaving foam, it leaves that pattern on the background, right? Hang on, I just need to go and get the rest of this shaving foam off. There you go. You're going to do it with like a flat piece. And the metallicness of that, can you see how the metallics even transferred onto the paper? Now, you've got your shaving foam there, so you can even go in with a second one. So we can come straight in, and let's just mix these together a little bit more. So should we get a little bit more, maybe it's gold into here? Yeah, mix this back in. So we've now got like slightly different colours in here. All mixed in still. Happy with that?
If you end up getting shaving foam in that ink pod, you are going to, in the ink pot, you'll definitely be in the law court of Leanne, you know that.
I will be in trouble with that. I will be in trouble. Right. Now I've got shaving foam all over my projects here as well. So how does Debbie do this on air without making a mess?
She puts it in a box.
Oh, well, that would be clever, wouldn't it? See, at home, I just do it on the top like this. So you can get away with it. Right, here we go. There we go. And then even still, let's just wipe all that off. There you go. Can you see the shaving foam comes away and just leaves the metallic pattern on the top? So that is shaving foam, and your cards are going to smell lovely, aren't they? But can you see that is like ingrained? Really, you couldn't get that sort of pattern into the base. And actually, if you want to go, watch, we can keep going and going. So I could now get this all. Right, I'm liking that.
Do you know what I can see doing this? I can see your Charlie loving this. Can you imagine? It'd be everywhere.
Right, hang on. Right, shaving foam, go away. Honestly.
How are you going to get rid of it?
I've got some stuff under here. So I just don't want to rub it all down my apron, because if you're somebody who just tunes in for the last half an hour of the show, you're going to wonder why I'm such a mess, aren't you? Right, here we go. And let's get another piece here. No, oh man, I just need some white card. Right, let me get a nice big sheet from it. Oh, we're gonna have big sheets now, right? Onto here. Oh, it just feels
This is really smush, this one.
right. So you've got the smushness, but then when you shave it off, oh, I've got it on. Yes, can you see how you've got the underlying pattern? So take all the top shaving foam off. You've got that underlying, oh yeah, overhead works even better, doesn't it? You can see that really subtle, that's how you get like a marbled effect. So there you go, right.
I love how much you've enjoyed that. You're so messy
I love
as well.
it. You know, it's been ages since I've done this. And at home, I literally just don't get this stuff everywhere. So
I love it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go and clean up.
I think it's best. Right, I want to remind you of all the stuff we got on the show. That looks awesome. I think that is one of the most amazing techniques that you can do. It's such a good thing to do. And also, I know that Debbie says that she just sits at home and does that for hours and hours and hours, playing around with all the different colour combos, which is awesome. Let me take you through the two different options when it comes to your inks. So what you've got in the jarred inks is your vintage metallics, which is this one just here. In the vintage metallics, you've got the antique bronze, the aged copper, the tarnished silver, and the burnished copper as well. Really typical metal elements that you've got there, which is awesome. Then what we've got here is the rich metallics as well. And in the rich metallics, you've got the gold plate, the silver ingot, the ancient bronze, and the pewter as well. They're that gorgeous, almost chalky metallic feel to them, which is absolutely awesome. £34 or $55 if you want to get hold of them, which is brilliant. A great price when you consider how much you're getting. As I said, you're almost getting nearly 1/4 of a litre of metallic ink across those 8 pots, which if it was volume that you're after with your metallic inks, this would definitely be the collection that you would go for. They really are a fantastic collection of inks that you've got in there, which is awesome. I want to share with you as well the ink pads. It's very busy across all of them. It's kind of quite an even split across all of our different metallics that we've got here. So here are the 9 different pads that you can see there. They're awesome. They're really, really fantastic. £35 or $55, and you've got all the colours you need. I'll just quickly whiz you through the ones you've got. So you've got blue organza, you've got the blush, and you can really see here how it picks up that light. You've also got red garnet, bronze, rose satin, platinum, jade green, amethyst, and also that pink lace in there as well. Really, really lovely colours. And again, there's only 3 others to collect as well. So for well under £50, it's a full collection of ink pads that you could be investing in, which is absolutely awesome. Very, very busy on those. Also, the markers, I'll run back through this. I can't quite believe the deal on the markers. So buy one, get one free, which is awesome. Over half the stock has gone. You will receive in here the precious metals, which has got in there the gold plate, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, the antique bronze, the pewter, and the silver ingot. And then you'll also get as well the rare minerals: amethyst, blue topaz, jade green, citrine, red garnet, and the pink quartz coming in there for you as well. Really, really awesome. However you want to get hold of your metallic inks, we've got you covered in the show, which is awesome. A couple of questions coming in. Rufy asks, will the what you did with the ceramic tile, Sarah, will that work on a glass tile?
Yes, it would. And then also, what I've just didn't even run out of time to show you is in the past, I've taken like big mason jars and things and painted them with the metallics. Or Halloween coming up, pumpkins. Paint your pumpkins with metallic paint. What look fabulous.
Like an actual pumpkin?
An actual pumpkin. Yeah, because it's that, it just works on any surface. It's not going to be permanent. You're not going to stick it in the dishwasher, but it's going to take to any surface, and it is opaque. So onto glass, it's going to give you that opaque finish. My tile, can I just add, is looking immense now. It's starting to dry even more.
That's fabulous.
How fabulous is that? All right. So that's all what you're going to be doing. Now, sticking with the same medium, I'm going to go back to the pens and show you. So all those same techniques that we do, you can do with your pens. But I'm going to show you a couple of kind of extra things. So you asked about glass. Let's take that onto glass. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you the techniques on the black card, and then we're going to transfer it to the glass. So remember what I told you, each one, you've got the fine nib and you've also got the brush nib. So for the brush nib, I'm going to do some grass just by flicking up like this from the bottom with the grass. I'm also going to do some little flowers. So watch how you can do a flower. You can go the pointed edge to the outside edge like this and just turn your project as you're going round, and you end up with that little flower shape. Can you see? I'll do it in a different colour. Might be a little bit easier for your camera to see. All right. And we're going to go around. Actually, that's even more difficult to see. Don't know about you, but I'm really struggling to see the purple on the black. So there we go. We can go all the way around the outside. I'll tilt that now. Now you can see the blue, right? Or you can do little love hearts. So the love hearts are brilliant in your pink. Oh, I've got shaving foam everywhere, Jo. Right, so if I want to do little love hearts, can you see? You just do them like that. That colour works brilliantly well for you to see. So that's how you do little love hearts, little flowers, and then also some little bits of grass. So if we take that onto our little jar, I've just got a little, this is just a repurposed jam jar, really, for want of a better word. And I'm going to use that flicking technique. I'm going to start up with some grass coming up the bottom.
Love putting some twine around it to make it look fancy. That's a great way of upcycling your jars.
Oh, I'm just seeing that my lovely, our lovely Jake's just come back in, totally cleaned down all my shaving foam and metallic mess. He's a good one, that lad, isn't he?
I mean, he's elbow deep in metallic ink. Bless him.
Hey, he's going to smell really good. That's one thing's for sure. He'll smell really good when he goes home tonight. Right, there you go. So there is my grass around the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is, watch, I'm going to draw with the very fine end. I'm going to draw some little vines up here. So I'm just going to come up with the vine and draw them round, and then just, can you see, just going around like this.
Oh, that's very arty, Sarah.
It's very easy as well though, isn't it? So if I take these around like this, and then you want to put some little leaves on, I'm going to go some little leaves with the thicker edge again, and I'm just going to take my leaf onto the edge like that. Can you see? So there's my little leaves all the way around all of my little vines. And then I just need to draw some little flowers and some little hearts on there.
Mariah says, I'm doing the shaving cream technique. We're going to need more towels, LOL. I love it.
Hey, did Mariah hear you be talking about her on HSN the other day?
I don't know. Mariah, did you hear Sarah talking about, what were you talking about with Mariah?
No, I was talking about our Mariah. So, no, I was taught, we had a lot of new viewers watching HSN for the first time, and I said, oh, do you know what? We had a new viewer watch for the first time in May and bought our rose gold for the first time, and now said person is hooked on everything Crafter's Companion. So, and I did give her a bit of a name check. I said, it's our Mariah. This is when she's going to turn around and say, no, Sarah, I wasn't watching yet. I was watching Crafter's TV, not HSN. Right.
Lisa says the pencils are rich and creamy and blend well. She absolutely loves those. Eleanor says, I just love you, Sarah. You make me laugh. Now, I definitely see why we need the apron. I definitely need to get myself one.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. Look at these gorgeous little hearts, right? Aren't they lovely? So a couple of little hearts on there. Notice I'm only working on half of this at once, because you can then let that dry and then come and work on the other half. And let's put some nice blue flowers on here as well. So when you do the flowers, can you see, you're just going all the way around, making a little rounded one. Now, what I would recommend is make sure, if you want your I'll put some little flowers on here. If you want them to take really, really well to the ink, make sure your jar is nice and clean.
Mariah says, guess what Jason got me for our anniversary?
Oh, go on.
Well, I don't know. The message has been, it's just been deleted. I need to let you know what happens here. So I've got like a WhatsApp group that has all of the comments from Facebook and YouTube funneled into by our social media superstars, and someone just put it in and then I read it and it got deleted. So I'm hoping we'll find out. Let's come back to that.
Well, come on, we're going to have to know, aren't we? Right, so he is the one that's dry. So do you want to have a little look up close, and I'll put the black behind it, might be the easiest way to do it. Yeah? Right,
love that.
There you go. So you've got those lovely, gorgeous flowers, and then all of the little vines going up there as well. So that's just, oh, look at the little butterflies. Can you see? See all of them, little dragonflies, sorry, on here. So this wasn't my idea, I copied it off somebody else's jar. So just in case you were wondering, but just shows you where you could be going. So this is how you could be doing like your jars and whatnot. Now, if I take you back to where we started, I started off, let's have a look, I just showed you the very basics of the brush nibs and whatnot, but then we did some colouring whereby we coloured an image that I'd stamped and embossed in the black, and I also showed you how to stamp with one colour and then colour it with another one. What I want to show you now is I've taken a stamp and I've actually stamped it onto acetate and heat embossed it onto acetate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to colour onto the back of this one. So I'm going to use a couple of shades and I'm going to colour onto the back.
We're back in action.
Right.
Colleen, who's our on-hand social media superstar today, says she has a very red face, but she's glad she got the message to me in the end. Colleen, it's no bother at all. Right, Mariah says, guess what Jason got me for our anniversary?
It's not dirty and rude, is it? That's why we had to delete the message.
Dirty and rude.
I'm just saying what everybody else was thinking.
It's not dirty or rude.
Right.
It was the Peacock collection.
Oh, brilliant. I just wasn't sure when it got deleted.
Do you know what? We've all got that Friday feeling today, haven't we? That's what it is. You know, it's the weekend is just there in touching distance. We're all having lots of fun. Thank you so much for that. Poor Mariah is sat at home in upstate New York thinking, what must people think of me?
Never mind poor Mariah, probably poor Jason. It's Jason I feel for. Right, look what I'm doing here. I'm colouring onto the back jaw. So it doesn't matter. Can you see? I stamped and embossed it, coloured on the back. Then look what happens when we turn it over, you see. You still see the embossed finish and you've got the colour behind. I'm going to put that onto a little bit of white as well so you can see it onto the white. Look at that. So I'm going to keep colouring that onto the back and give you that next blue one as well, right?
Awesome. Now remember, a whole weekend of shows coming your way. I am with you. I'm with you Saturday, Sunday, and I'll be here on Monday as well with you for the next few days over the weekend. Loads coming up as well. A brand new launch for you tomorrow. It's the Connie Fong stamps, which will be on the show myself.
They are immense.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Love them.
I saw Debbie having a little bit of a sort of a prep session with them yesterday and they look really, really beautiful. Can't wait to launch them with Debbie tomorrow. That's going to be super exciting. We also will have the Craft House for you tomorrow, which will be really great. It's always lovely to welcome one of you guys into the studio on that show. So that'll be awesome. And then Sunday, it's a stained glass window masterclass, I think I'm right in saying, with myself and Craig. And then after that, it will be Second Chance Sunday. I think, is it me and Debbie Robbins? It's me and Craig again. Why did I think it was me and Debbie? I must be, do you know what it is? I'm with Debbie on Monday. That's why. I'm getting my days confused. So yeah, a really fun weekend of shows ahead all weekend. So I do hope you'll come and keep me company here on Crafters TV. Mariah says, oh wait, yes, I did hear that shout out. Thank you so much. I'm very preoccupied with shaving cream, she says. Right. Fair enough.
Fair enough, Mariah. I'm glad to know that I've inspired you. Will you share some pictures on Facebook later with how you got on with the shaving foam?
Absolutely.
Pop them on my page. I'd love to see them.
Details are on your screen for the metallic markers. I still can't believe they're £1 a marker, Sarah. When you look at all the things that you've taken us through that we can do with them, think that £1 a marker is really awesome value for money. $11.99 or $16.95 to get started with a brand new way of colouring, which is a really minimal investment when you consider all the different things that these are going to do for you, which is awesome. Very, very busy on those. Very busy actually across all of the metallics that we've got on the show. I'm loving that technique. I didn't imagine they would go on to acetate.
You look on the back of it and you think, actually, have a little look from the front. Don't they look a bit rubbish on the back from there? However, when you see them, now you're talking. Onto the black, now you're talking. So that was one technique. I wanted to show you one other colouring technique as well. I've got quick time for one more, haven't I? So what I've done is I'm going to show you how to watercolour with them. So this is one of my favourite images here, and I'm going to watercolour. So when we're watercolouring, what you're going to do is you're going to colour onto your glass mat. So I'm going to pop the ink down onto the glass mat first of all, and then I'm going to pick, I've just realised that I've sent my let's have a look. I need my nice clean brush back. There we go. Right. So I'm going to pick up from the water brush and I'm just going to watercolour from the edge there. And actually, should we mix a couple of colours?
A lot of people talking about the fact that they might already have some Connie Fong on the way to them, Sarah, as well. So if you have already ordered Connie Fong, so I know a lot of you have, definitely make sure you're watching because you're going to want to get all the inspiration tomorrow and find out all the different ways of using it, which will be awesome. That's a lovely stamped image you've got there.
Isn't it lovely? And I'm just showing you how we can watercolour them. So even though we've just used them to colour onto acetate. So you've got that permanence in that you've got the acetate colouring. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking them and I'm blending them together to create new shades straight onto a little bit of watercolour card here.
Vanessa wants to know if you can use them on wax candles.
Wax candle, do you know, I've never tried. I wouldn't, it doesn't feel like something that would work to me, but I've never tried it. That's a new one for me, completely new one.
I wonder if they'd go onto like a plastic faux candle. You know,
It's worth trying. I definitely
give it a go.
Well, we know it's going to work onto plastic because we've tried it onto plastic, haven't we?
There you go. So yeah, definitely something you could do that. I guess the thing would be on a wax candle. You might worry about the nib. I guess, you know, getting any sort of wax in your nib
into it, yeah.
which wouldn't be good, obviously.
Right, so I've got a little bit of that watercolour effect down there like this, and then let me pop the two kind of greeny colours down. So if we'll pop a little bit of green down, and then just add a little touch of blue, we can kind of create new shades of green as we're going. So what I can do is I can pick up the green, come onto the leaves here, and then mix a bit of the blue with the green to kind of create a whole new shade of green in there as well. So can you see, you can do your watercolouring and create new shades by adding in a little bit. You do want a nice fine nib brush, not like what I'm doing here that needs a good bit of a wash, to be honest. But you can see there the kind of effect that I'm going for, Joe. And I'm conscious I'm running out of time because I also want to show you a few more techniques with the ink pads. But can you see just how you can be watercolouring with those? And if I show you the one that I've finished watercolouring, that's it there. So you can see how I've got that ombre between the purple and the pink shading together, and then also these new shades of the green by adding a little bit of that blue in. So that is another effect that you can be doing where you'll be doing watercolouring with them all as well.
Awesome. Let me just recap the colours that you're getting there in the market and the amazing deal that you've got as well, because remember $11.99 gets you 2 sets of these, which is fantastic. So you've got the rare minerals, which is these here, and in there you've got the amethyst, the blue topaz, the jade green, and you've got the pink quartz. And then what you've got is this one here. So this is your precious metals, which has got the gold plate, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, antique bronze, pewter, and silver ingot. 12 markers total. Remember, you're getting 2 nibs on each one of those as well, which is awesome. So you've got the brush nib and you've got the bullet nib there as well. 60% now, is it? Wow, 60% of the stock here has sold out, and God, it's a half price. You're getting 2 for the price of 1. Now, let's go back to the ink pads. I want to just share with you all the great colours that you've got in here, and they've got such luster to them. Where the jarred inks were more kind of a bit chalky, these have got that beautiful shine to them, which is awesome. So you're going to get the blue organza, you're also going to get the blush, there's the red garnet, we have got the bronze, the rose satin, the platinum is there, the jade green, the amethyst, and you've also got the pink lace there as well. Really great value for you. Club Inspired Platinum members in the UK will save £7. That would make them £28, which is amazing value. Club Inspired Platinum members in the US would save an extra $11, making them $44. Really, really great value, whatever price it is that you're paying, wherever you are in our club. They are gorgeous. And there's only a few more to collect as well. So, you know, a lot of collection. It takes a while to get there. 9 is actually 3/4 of the collection. So you're pretty much all the way there, which is awesome. And you were saying as well, Sarah, definitely a place in your craft room to have the jars, the pens, the pads, and the pencils. You're going to use all of them. Very,
Very different mediums for different purposes, as I've tried to do in the masterclass today and show you a little bit of everything. But I think of all of the ones, the pens are the ones I use the most, because those are the ones that are, you know, I get the kids to write all our birthday cards in them now and everything like that. But the ones as a crafter that you will love the most are by far the ink pads, okay? And if I just show you again, I'm going to put them all out here so that you can see all the different colours here. And what you'll see is the colours are very intensive for you to be able to work with. 1, 2, 4, 8, 10. I don't think we've got silver. I don't think we've got silver. She said, no, I don't think we've got silver. But you've got basically it's all the coloured ones. So we've got your bronze in there as well, but it's all the coloured ones that you're getting in this set, okay? And what I'm going to do again is show you for, like, if you just remember what I did before, if I just kind of remind you, pick up where we left off, all we did before was some basic stamping. So I've just done some basic stamping and then also some stamping where we've mixed the colours and shades together and added a little bit. So these ones here have your clear embossing powder on. These ones are just stamped straight onto the colour, and it's this graduation of colour that you'll find is the most useful. Now honestly, the place I'm going to use them the most is just to create these lovely ombre backgrounds. So this is the one that we did before onto the 3D embossing, you know, where we've done the 3D embossed. This is another one of my favourite 3D embossed, and I'm going to use those little egg colours. So I want you to see how intensive the shades are. So if I just take, like, for example, the rose gold, which is hands down one of the most popular colours in these ink pads, and just bring in a little bit, can you see how intensive that rose gold is? It is like, you know, when we use the gilding waxes, Joe. It's like your gilding wax, but you've got your gilding wax in an ink pad format. So you've got then all the techniques that you can do with gilding waxes, you can be doing, but with your ink pads, and then all your techniques you would do with the ink pads. They are pigment based, so you know, like how we talk about you know, the opaque pigments, and it means you can do your embossing techniques with them. You can do all of that sort of stuff. But for me, it's just applying bits of colour. So I've got like a sea of colour going down there through the first part. Then if I start and bring in some of my shades and colours, so a little bit of jade green into here. Watch this as I start and blend that. Look
Stephanie
how
says
easy they blend.
You're a mixologist when it comes to ink, Sarah.
Oh, I like it. I like that. I'll totally
great.
take that, Stephanie. Yeah.
Jose saying, hi from Southport, received my September surprise bag today. Lovely markers, inks and other goodies. Such great value. Also beautiful pearl card in beautiful colours. Would like my birthday. Loving the show. So much inspiration yet again. Love to all. Love to you. As well, Josie. And Sally's saying as well, great show today, guys. Thanks. We'll have to watch again. I've been laughing so much. That's always good.
We can have that effect on people, can't we, Joe?
Absolutely. And Carol's been a bit distracted. Because she's been distracted opening two orders. One she placed yesterday. It's like Christmas. My end of summer sale items have arrived and they are brilliant.
End of summer sale items arrived already.
Absolutely, yeah. Stephanie says as well, really great show. I've missed some, so I'll definitely be watching again. Remember, if you want to watch back, you can do so at any point over on our website, which is really easy to do, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, where you can watch back at any time, which is fabulous. You watch all the shows back, which is great. And there, of course, you can watch and shop at the same time, which is awesome. Remember the colours that you're getting in this collection as well. You're getting the blush, the bronze, the platinum, the amethyst, the blue organza, the jade green, the pink lace, the red garnet, and the rose satin. That looks phenomenal, Sarah.
Can I just walk you through a lot of the samples as well that I've got, because I'm very conscious that, I mean, we have got masterclasses on just these if you want to go back and watch a lot of the techniques. I'm trying to give you a bit of a taste of it while we've got them on such an awesome deal, but I want you to see a lot of these shades as well. Now what you've got to remember is all these ink pads are made over in America, so basically, the company that make these for us have been in lockdown recently. So we went through a stage of 3 or 4 months where we haven't been able to get any supply whatsoever. By the way, this is shading and mixing all the colours to create your own background piece like this to silhouette stamp onto. One of my favourite techniques with it. So for us to have them back in stock, now I know we do 12 in the collection in total. We don't have all 12 in stock at the moment, but we do have the 9 main colours. So what we're missing is like your silver and your base gold out of there. So at least it's easy colours for you to come back and kind of add to the collection when we get the rest of them in. But for you to get these on a discount, we hardly ever discount, hardly ever discount our ink pads more than just a few %. So to get them while we've got them on such an awesome deal, it gets you started with that metallic finish. So a lot of our other ink pads, to buy the collection of colours, you're talking hundreds of pounds or dollars. This one, you're talking £35, $55 to get that spread of colours, all the different metallic shades to be able to blend and tone and get those different backgrounds and do all of your stamping, do the ombre stamping that I was showing you with, where you can do the different shades into one, for you to be able to do the background effects in there. You saw the difference when we did the colours, and I'm going to bring that one back in again, when you did them on a white cardstock. So this one here was on the white cardstock, and you can see how intensive those colours are, or on the black. In fact, the one that I showed you earlier, if I get these back up, here it was, same colours, same effect, one on the white, one on the black. the colours are so much more intensive on the white there than what you have on the black. So it really is, they're fabulous. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to create like a base background colour, and then I'm going to do one last technique that I promised to do, Joe, that I didn't want to go to the end of the show without doing. I'm going to create myself a base of colour with one of those inks, and then I'm going to mix over top. Yep, I'm going to mix over top. I'm going to mix my own colour of paste. So we're going to put some 3D paste on there.
I love the idea of this. You guys are absolutely loving the show. As Suzette says, it's been truly a funny show and learning so much too. Well, that's what we want. Entertaining, but also you learning lots of things as well. I just love still how much these cover. So I think the coverage that you get is exceptional, especially on black. I mean, it's really, really awesome. And remember, even the ink pads are versatile too. Use them for all of that embossing, of course, as well as the blending. As Sarah has been showing us, has been going through the show. They are truly versatile and great value from across all the collections, from the pencils to the jars to the markers to the ink pads as well. However you are getting your metallic fix, you've got great value however you choose to do it, which is awesome. Are they quite the sponges on these, are they quite like a hard one, or are they a soft one, Sarah?
Pretty soft.
Okie doke.
Yeah, pretty soft for you to be able to do that. I mean, look at that lovely blend. And what I'm doing is I'm tapping, Joe, now, instead of doing this, the circular motions, so that I get like a more intense finish. I wanted you to see what the more intense finish looked like for me then to go and mix my my colour and put the colour over the top in the paste, the texture paste.
Looks absolutely gorgeous. Deborah says, when I found out I could heat emboss clear over the metallic ink pads, it was a game changer for my creativity. I couldn't stop using them. I think that's what it's going to be like. You're going to get these home, you're going to love them, and they're going to be your go-to. You're going to be trying loads of different things. You could spend hours. Do you know what? Scratch that. You could spend days creating backgrounds using these. It will be your new go-to thing, no matter how you're going for them. I'm hearing a lot of you are multi-ordering and going for everything in the show. So the pencils, the jars, the markers, and the ink pads. That is truly fabulous.
Well, this is me rushing a little bit because I'm very conscious that we've only got about 3 minutes left on the show, and I just wanted to do this last technique for you. So I did talk earlier about the fact that I had some texture paste, and I was going to mix up my own new shade of texture paste. Okay, so I think we've got texture paste on the website, Joe. I
believe we have.
So,
you could do this. Could you do it with like a gesso as well if you wanted to?
Perfect. Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. Well, it's not the same sort of thing, but for the purposes of this, it is the same sort of thing. Let's have a look. I think I'm limited on my metallic colours because my other ones are over there. So let's go with a nice copper shade. It's like a goldy shade. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this shaked to waked, as Leanne would say, and the metallic finish in there. Why you need to make sure you've got. They're going to kill me if I do that. Right, let's have a look.
You were going to put that in there.
I was going to do it.
I knew you were going to.
But I didn't. Right. So let's have a little look. I'm going to go with plenty of the cut, and I'm going to mix this in to now create my own colour and shade of texture paste, right? And it's going to be metallic in its finish. Oh, let's have a look. I don't want quite this, right. Little bit too much, right? But I wanted it to be really intensive. So you're not going to be rushing because you're not going to be doing it with a couple of minutes to go at the end of the show, right? So mix your, you're just going to mix it in, and because it's water-based, it will dry absolutely fine, right? So it's going to dry. So mix that with the texture paste there.
So if it was an oil-based product, then would you be worried about it drying or upsetting the sort of texture of the paste?
Yeah. Oh, I would be. I think I would be frightened to do it.
Okay.
So right, I've just got another stencil. I'm going to go with my stencil on the background here, and then I'm just going to texture paste over the top, and just show. I want you to see how well it's mixed. So can you see? And you're going to have that metallic finish. I know we're not going to have a chance to wait for it to dry, but you're going to have that metallic finish in the texture paste. You'll definitely see the effect anyway. There we go.
It looks amazing. It looks like shiny butter.
Shiny butter. The thing is, I know a lot of our customers are into mixed media. Oh, yeah. I don't want you there. So I know a lot of you will be into doing these sort of techniques, and I want you to see that these metallic jars will absolutely work totally fine with that finish. So let's have a look. I'm just going to make sure these last couple of bits are blended in there. Now, you're not going to be rushing at the end of the show like me, but just to give you a bit of a feel for how that's going to look.
I think it's going to look incredible. Oh, look at that!
Yes, and It's all 3D. Now have a little look from instead of all.
You can have a gold star for
close-up.
that.
Look at this. This is absolutely, and you can see that metallic finish. Look at that, and you can see that. Can you see the difference in texture on the mixing it with the jars, and then this is the metallic ink pad in the background.
Yeah.
It's a completely different finish, isn't it?
It really is. I think, especially as you sort of dabbed it on as well. It's giving you a really lovely finish. Beautiful, lovely way of using it. It's been absolutely incredible. Just the sheer volume of different techniques that are available to you when you go for these metallic inks is amazing. Whether you're going for the markers, the jars, the ink pads, the pencils, they're all available right now in over on the website. I've had no sellouts as yet on the main items, which is awesome, but definitely get them in your basket and get yourself checked out. So remember the different ways that you've got of using these. So there on your screen at the moment is the ink pads. 9 different ink pads in here. So I'll whiz through what you're going to get. You're going to get blue organza, the blush, the red garnet. You've got the bronze, the rose satin, the platinum, the jade green, the amethyst, and you've got that pink lace there as well. So that's your ink pads. You've then got the markers. If you want to go in the markers, you can go for these. You're going to receive in here your precious metals, so your gold plate, your gold nugget, your burnished copper, your antique bronze, your pewter, and your silver ingot as well. And then you're going to get the rare minerals. And in the rare minerals, you're going to get the amethyst, the blue topaz, the jade green, the citrine, the red garnet, and the pink quartz. So that's your markers. $11.99 to get both of those. Amazing value. We've then got the pots, the liquid ink for you too. 2 different collections here for you. Well, you're getting both of them, which is awesome, but they are 2 different collections. So I'll just guide you through the colours. You've got the rich metallics, which is the gold plate, the silver ingot, the ancient bronze and the pewter. And you've also got the vintage metallics, which is the ancient bronze, the aged copper, the tarnished silver, and the burnished copper. One more metallic-y thing to share with you. The pencils as well. Really gorgeously waxy. They blend beautifully together. You've got 12 colours here. Light blue, green, purple, silver, gold and rose gold, yellow, pink, mica blue, violet and nickel. They are the colours there. They give you loads of beautiful luster. Massive thanks to all of you guys at home. Huge thanks to Sarah as well. Sarah, I hope you have a fabulous weekend.
Yes, I'm actually doing something for HSN quite exciting this evening. So I'm going over to America next door as soon as we finish here. And yes, I'm back with you next weekend.
You are a week tomorrow with myself, which I'm already looking forward to. So we'll see Sarah next week. I'll see you tomorrow because I've got, remember, that great launch day show and also that fabulous craft house. So I really hope you have a fabulous Friday, whatever you're up to. See you back here tomorrow. Take care.